Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be designing a Doughnut Day themed spread in my health planner for the first week in June. I'll be creating a lined vertical layout in my classic happy planner, so come plan with me. And I've got these washi tapes here all ready to go, as well as these highlighters I may use from Daiso. These stat stickers I made on my computer, these Happy Planner sticker books I'll pull from, and this Anna Bean Paper Co. sticker book that I'll pull from as well. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and lay down some wax paper to get started on this week's theme. And I'm going to be doing a Doughnut Day spread. I got this sticker sheet from a subscriber of mine who sent it to me just out of the blue so sweetly, probably because they know I love donuts and have exhausted most of my stickers. So I'm going to be pulling from this sticker sheet. I know it came from the food sticker book, which I had before, so I just linked that up with my food sticker book so you guys would know where to find it. But yeah, so I categorized the coloring on this sheet so I could figure out what I had and of what as far as which colors. And since I had so much of the chocolate colored and then the pink was the next with some of the more yellow natural colored ones, decided to stick with those three colors as the color scheme and limit the color palette a little bit. I do like the other colors of the donuts, but I just felt like adding a fourth, fifth, or sixth color was just going to bring too much clutter to the design. So I decided to just limit it, and I think that's going to work out really nicely. So I'm starting off by laying in some washi tape, and I'm using that technique I kind of started doing a while back, where I'm layering over the colors of the washi tape to create almost a gradient effect. So I have a brown washi tape that I actually pulled a different brown in order to avoid having the script overlay that's on the one I pulled before. And then a pink and a now orange colored washi. Originally I had a yellow washi that was just a little too bright, so I went back into my stash and grabbed the more orange tone color, and I think that will match better with the donuts there on the sheet. So now that I've got those in, let's go ahead and add in maybe a few quotes that I'm thinking of pulling from this Happy Quote sticker book. Originally I was in here looking for donut stickers and came across these and thought they might be a nice little addition for some quote features here in the decor. So I'm starting off just kind of layering them in line down at the bottom, seeing how I like that. I won't be able to do a color a day on this spread, so the colors are going to be mixed up in different ways all throughout. I'm not going to worry too hard about trying to match up color with color and that sort of thing. So we will have some orange some places, some pink some places, and then the brown in other places. It's kind of all mixed in, making the color scheme this week. That said, I'm playing around with these quotes, just trying to find out where they might look good. And for now, we'll leave them here at the bottom. I think that's an okay place for them for now. Heading into Anna Bean sticker book here to pull in some colorful boxes. I thought that there would be some nice chocolate brown tones in here, which I found, and then saw that there's also some pink and some deep yellow orange tones that I thought I could bring in here as well to match up with the color scheme. These are a lot more bold than the more pastel tones that you're seeing on the other stickers, but the donuts themselves are fairly bold, so I think it'll all tie together nicely. And then I'm going to pull in these stat stickers too here at the bottom that I had left over from previous setups. I actually had enough of the pink, kind of orangey pink and yellow tones to work in a full 7 stat sticker spread using just what I had already printed. So that worked out really nice. I didn't have any brown ones, obviously, so again, that's why I can't really do a color a day on this spread. So we'll just work with the limited color palette and use what I can from that. So that said, I'm going to start putting in these donuts here at the top, which is my idea to have them raining down onto the spread. And I'm going to center, I think, the chocolate ones here in the middle and then spread them out going towards the outside with pink and then yellow on the far outsides. I think that's just going to be the best way to use the donuts efficiently since I only had a limited number of the more yellow, orange toned ones. Same with the pink, there was less of those and then there were the most of the chocolate. So just kind of having them fade out as we got to the edges, I think worked out nicely. And then I grabbed a long box there from Anna B and Sticker Book for the sidebar just to continue the repeating pattern there, but also give me a little more space to add in some weekly goals. And while I was working on that in the sidebar, I decided to move up these quotes into that empty area below the box. I think that'll be a nice place to actually have these. And we'll just alternate them between the pink and the orange tones since I have only 2 pink quotes to work with in the right shade. So I think I've got good placement now for those quotes. And we'll go ahead and wind up that excess washi tape that I want to save for later. I was thinking about adding in this cloud pinky watercolor washi, but it's pretty busy, I would say, right now. And then with what I plan to do a little later there with the markers, I think adding the cloud washi would just have made it a little bit overwhelming with stuff to look at. So we'll save that for another spread and go ahead and start moving things over now to the pages. So I'm going to start with a washi here at the bottom. I'm going to try to do some alignment here, trying to camouflage the size of that brown washi, being a little bit short here on this left-hand page because of the cutting of the insert. So we'll put it in. I'll go ahead and separate the pages. And then we'll trim off the excess. But again, like I said, I'm going to try to camouflage that gap there you're seeing beneath the brown washi. Also, just kind of realign some of the other washi so it's a nice straight line to cut at. Just trimming that up. I think the best way to camouflage this is to actually trim the page just slightly so that at least it looks like there's a straight line there. So I'll go ahead and do that with the scissors. And then finish the trimming here on the right page. So that's looking good. Let's go ahead and start now with the stat stickers. And I'll go ahead and put them right up against the bottom now that I don't have any of those quotes there. Just lay those in. This time I'm going to leave a little bit of space in and around them. Sometimes I like to take those boxy ones and put them right up against the line. But this week we're going to leave a little bit of gap in and around the boxes, just for some variety. Let's go ahead and go to the top now, and I'll lay in some washi tape here as well. This time I'm just going to use the width of the brown washi tape as a guide as far as how far I'm going to push the washi into the page. And that worked out really nice. We'll go back and separate the pages now using my precision cutter and my little cutting mat. And then I'll trim them off with the scissors. And I actually really like this color scheme. Not usually drawn to brown, but I think that the tones here are pretty pleasing in the warm color family, especially with the more pastel versions of those colors. I'm going to go ahead and white out the boxes here at the top just to have a nice clean area for dropping in all of those donuts. Just using a Jelly Roll white pen to do that in a 10 or a 1.0 tip. And that covers the fine lines on my printables really easily. So I use that a lot. That's a good way to modify a layout if you need to for decor. And I'm also going to white out a little bit there in the sidebar for one of the donuts, just so there's a nice clean background. And now I'm moving over into the quote area, deciding to adjust a little bit here so that none of the quotes fall into the usable space. So I repositioned a couple of those, and I'll trim those off in a minute. Decided just to cut off the cheers and save that to be like to the weekend leading up for the donut day theme here, which is on Friday. So I'm going to go ahead and start dropping things in from the wax paper. And I think I'll go with these boxes next, just laying those in. I want to have a little bit more height variety, so I'm just going to drop them in one by one, creating a little bit more variation there. And they're looking good. Get this last one in, which I'm going to tilt slightly just to mimic that same look and feel. And next we're going to drop in the donuts. And to do that, I'm going to do a little bit of a roll off, but not a complete roll off since nothing's touching. And just roll off maybe a few guiding donut stickers and go back and place a few of these by hand. I'm going to make some adjustments here too. Lay in the next layer. Do a little swap out there for color on the pink ones so it's a little bit less homogeneous here on the right hand side. And that all looks good. I'm going to go ahead and separate the pages out and just adjust this so I don't have to trim the whole. And then finally what I'm going to do is use these highlighters that I got from Daiso to create a almost like sprinkles, donut sprinkles effect in this same pink, yellow, and brown color scheme. Just sporadically dropping in those marks so that everything kind of looks natural and random. Try not to do too much too. Sometimes I get a little carried away with confetti style designs, so just trying to keep it light and not overwhelming. And basically once I'm done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thanks so much for watching, I really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Bye!